He's a rational investor, dividend digester. Saves some of his paycheck just like all his ancestors. Him looking for high yields, that's never the case. He's seeking 6% return. Slow and steady wins the race. We pay our debts in our currency that might be unfurled if it's no longer the reserve currency of the world. Confidence in the dollar is permanent. Just ask any scholar. People are exchanging their dollars for dog money. Dog money? Dog money. Dog money. We trading it in for dog money. Dog money. Dog money. Dog money. Dog money. I'm putting it all in dog money.
Yes, indeed, some people are putting all of their money into dog money. Absolute scam coins, would you believe it? Yes, indeed, because we've seen it many times before. Welcome to Satoshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. Today's date is Wednesday, the 4th of August, 2021. Let's be gone and jump straight into these figures. Oh, let's do a little bit of DIY repair shoppy while we're on the case. Here we go. I think that should be it. There we go. And we're off and running to the races. Right, let's have a look at this then. So going from left to right, we've got CoreCoin, which is the SegWit protocol, which is centrally controlled by Blockstream. We've got Bcrash, which is Roger Ver and his Chronimate centrally controlled project. Then we've got Bitcoin, which is BSV, which is the original protocol, making it the real Bitcoin, the true Bitcoin, the genuine Bitcoin, and the world's only truly decentralized digital commodity. Yes, indeed. And then we've got Fisher Price Cash on the end. So let's have a look at these figures then. A CoreCoin, quite exciting today after the reorg attack that happened yesterday. So we've got hash rate on CoreCoin 98.2, network nodes 92.4, transactions 8.4%, and look at the block size, they've only got 0.6%. This is absolutely hilarious. So now we'll have our favourite douchebag of Bitcoin, Peter McCormack, explaining what we're looking at here. So take the floor, Pete, if you'd be so kind.
Bitcoin is so different now from when Satoshi was here.
Yeah, well, when Satoshi was here, Bitcoin was a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. How far away from that are we now?
It's a completely different project.
Yeah, well, what would Satoshi Nakamoto have to say about that?
It doesn't matter who Satoshi is anymore.
Okay, well, what if he came back and said something like, what the hell do you think you're doing, effing up my project?
Even if Satoshi came back, I don't think he would just be immediately welcomed as having this God-given right to decide what happens with Bitcoin. I think he would have to earn his right back into the project.
Earn his right back into the project? I just thought you said it was nothing like Bitcoin, it's a completely different project, and it doesn't matter who Satoshi Nakamoto is anymore. That sounds absolutely insane. So, in your opinion, what is this alternative project based on now then?
Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
Consensus now. Did you even read the white paper? Do you know what proof of work is? Do you understand the significance of a chain of signatures and why Blockstream segregated them? You say it's based on consensus. How can a centralized project have any consensus when it's centralized by Blockstream since they implemented SegWit on the 24th of August 2017? You absolute buffoon. Let's have that one more time. Can you instill any more confidence in us, Pete?
Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
Yeah, nah. For some reason, I don't think I believe you. And we've got Bcrash over here, so we'll have a quick chat with Roger Ver. So, Roger Ver, can you tell us your plans for your centralized piece of crap?
And we're going to really spread Bitcoin Crash across the entire country here in Antigua.
Yeah, good luck with that, mate. And what do you say to all those multinational companies that do billions, if not trillions of dollars of global trade on an annual basis that say they need a regulatory compliant monetary system in order to do so?
The ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
Yeah, right, that's going to work. And then we've got Bitcoin here. Check this out. Hash rate 0.1%. Network nodes at 1.6. But look at this. Transactions. 88.3% of the transactions. And 99.13% of the block size. So we've got 88% of the transactions. 99% of the block size. Which is the utility being processed by 0.01% of the hash rate. This goes to show you just how efficient Bitcoin as a system really is. And this is what I find quite funny about this. Here we go. So it's laughable. Bitcoin mining operations compete to process data transactions on chain. No transactions, no use. No use, no value. No value, no money. The most valuable chain is the chain with the most utility on it. This is why this is so funny. The utility is transactions and data volume. That is it. Can you see which network, which chain is the most valuable? You really don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out. But let's have a look at these block size after this reorg attack. But before we do this, we'll have a quick chat with our main man, Michael Saylor, who never fails to cheer me up in the morning with his enthusiasm. So, Michael, we know that you've just read the white paper and you seem quite impressed with it. What do you say to all those people like Peter McCormack who think that Bitcoin should be changed and messed around with and centralized and just basically like tampered with and effed up?
I like Bitcoin the way it is.
Oh, well, so do we, Michael. So do we. But we really like it. How do you compete with that?
In fact, I love Bitcoin the way it is.
All right, mate. Calm down. Well, you can't just leave it there. You're going to have to explain yourself. Tell us, what is it about Bitcoin that you love so much?
The way it's currently constructed, it is possible to put all $250 trillion of monetary energy.
Wow, $250 trillion of monetary energy. Where's that going to go?
In big blocks of encrypted energy on the blockchain.
Well, they do sound like big blocks. What sort of numbers are we talking about?
Maybe the Bitcoin will be 1 million. You can probably calculate $10 million of Bitcoin or something.
Whoa, $10 million per Bitcoin or something. I mean, like, you know, how's it going to fit and where's it going to go?
Big blocks, $100 million chunks on the blockchain.
Is that right? Well, let's have a look then, shall we, at these big blocks on the blockchain for Michael Saylor. Look at this. Look at these blocks coming through. Oh my goodness. So these are megabyte blocks I'm calling out. 253, 254, 253, 253, 252, 254, 253, 255, 7, 254, 1, 254, 254, 255. Look at the size of these blocks. Good grief. 8, 9, 19, 319, and 9. And that was just before post the reorg attack. Absolutely amazing. Back on track. The amount of money that must have been wasted in that reorg attack, because it was literally absolutely monstrous. What's kind of funny about it is that the attack was not financial, because there is no way the attacker, with the amount of money that they would have had to spend on trying to reorganize the chain, would have been able to get that money back. So it's purely criminal. Purely criminal. That is it. And somebody that's got literally absolutely no regard for dollar value, because that's what they were wasting. Dollar value. So if you ask me, I'd say this is deep state kind of stuff, because the only people that literally money has no value to are those who print it. And they can print an infinite amount, but they still can't take the Bitcoin chain down. And they will learn that the hard way, and they will be tracked, traced, and identified, because everything's on chain. The more they attack it, the more evidence, the larger the evidence trail they leave. Absolutely hilarious. So let's have a look at Amory's Fisher Price Cash. Yep, still struggling to get all their blocks over a kilobyte. And Bcrash, look, another morning where they've got absolutely no blocks in this column over 1 megabyte. Absolutely hilarious. And Coolcoin still struggling to get all their blocks over a megabyte. Let's see, let's count all the ones they've got under a megabyte. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've got 11 blocks in that column that they can't even fill their puny megabyte blocks. Absolutely hilarious. So this is hash rate. Hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. When something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. Boom. Proof of work by network. Again, Coolcoin, Bcrash, Fisher Price Cash will fall into their own footprints one day, because that's what Ponzi schemes do when they crash overnight. Bcrash Bitcoin hash rate, who cares? Bcrash Bitcoin proof of work, who cares? It is currently 2,338 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than any of these alternative protocol, these shitcoins, if you want to call them, for want of a better word, really. And it's currently 0.4% more profitable to mine on KuCoin. Shows you the competition for Bitcoin. Yes, indeed. Bcrash still not really having too much of a party over there. It's only 0.7% more profitable to mine on that chain. And it's only 2.8 hours, 2.8% more profitable to mine on KuCoin than Fisher Price Cash. What a joke. And daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Let's see the damage that this attack has done. Is that it? Is that all they were able to do? I mean, look at this. Look at the average block size. Look, I mean, we're now on the way back up again, compared to the sort of the secondary all-time high, which was here. We're now back of that. We are now back on that and back on track. Look at that. Bitcoin is an absolutely phenomenal system. I love it. I love it. All right, let's carry on here then. Daily Bitcoin transactions by network. You know, yeah, Bitcoin still winning. Transactions picking back up after that reorg attack. Transactions per block by network, absolutely smashing it after that reorg attack. All those transactions being processed. Daily average Bitcoin fees. Oh, what's this? Fees USD. That's fees in the block. Satoshi's in the block. Obviously, you can't see those this morning. Suffering from the reorg attack. So this is the ratio of the fees in the block to block rewards. Loving that. You know, on its way up. That's what we want. We want fees in the block. Daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. Look at that. Still Bitcoin almost vertical. Let's have a look at this proportionally. Let's see where we are. Bring this across. Actually, we'll look at this on the quarterly. 3 months. Where are we now? So the chain is 468 gigabytes in front. Look at that. Still 105. 105 gigabytes in front of KuCoin. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, let's have a look at this. Let's see. So we are 112 gigabytes in front according to CoinDance. Beautiful. Beautiful. But the acceleration on this is just absolutely massive. And obviously it's miners that economically sustain the network. So when you've suddenly got a chain that's growing exponentially and has literally doubled the size of the KuCoin chain, BTC, that still had 11 years of growth on it, and we smash it in literally 2 months. Absolutely hilarious. Brilliant. I love Bitcoin. Let's have a look at the politics quickly. So this is global hash rate 7 days. Yeah. Global hash rate 24 hours. Probably the same as KuCoin because they've got 98% of the hash rate, something like that. Bcrash, absolutely hilarious. Look, Ampool desperately trying to sustain that utterly worthless piece of crap with the 52% of the hash rate on the network. No incentive to take it off. But this is Bitcoin. Look at this towel, absolutely macking it. Absolutely macking it. 82.64% of the hash rate on the global Bitcoin network, which is what we're looking at here. SV Pool with 9%, good to see them. SBI Crypto, I think they're friend and not foe. I think Pooling, maybe trying to get some, I guess, maybe gesturing. Who knows? But and Fisher Price Cash, what a joke that is. What a joke that is. Alright, and the reason we're trying to push these shitcoin enterprises off the chain, like all these shitcoiners like Ampool and ViBTC and BTC.com and Binance, is because they are shitcoin enterprises. The only thing they understand is dollar worshipping and price manipulation because they have no clue about the fundamentals of Bitcoin. So let's have a look at that now. So these are the short positions on a Bitcoin. Where are we? Honestly, dirty traders, absolutely no clue. Imagine shorting Bitcoin, 91% short ratio. Absolutely hilarious. And KuCoin, where are we now? Where's the short position? 3.2. Look, traders still beginning to doubt the big dog, as they should do, rightly so, honestly. But so only 3.2% of the market has got any fundamental understanding of Bitcoin. Ha! And let's have a look at Bitcoin blocks live. Here we go. So for any newbies watching this, the vertical rectangular blocks moving across the top of the screen in a moment are the transactions being recognized by the nodes on the network. And the transactions are recognized instantly the moment they're broadcast because Bitcoin is an ultra small world mandala network designed like this. It basically means that as the size of the network increases, the density of the links goes to 0, making it ultra small world and highly sparse respectively. It leads to an improved topology against malicious attacks, so it's hard to take down. Absolutely amazing. Once the transactions are broadcast and recognized by more than 50% of the mining nodes on the network, they're then thrown into the memory pool, which is when they're competed for by miners and payment processors in order to create a block, put the transaction within a block, and then place the block on the blockchain, which is when they're rewarded with the Coinbase data, otherwise known as the block reward, otherwise known as freshly minted Bitcoin, which we can see down here. Now, what on earth is going on here? These blocks do not look like they are being registered on CoinDance. So what's going on here? Is this the reorg here? So you can see in the highlighted rectangular box below that, we've got the hash of each block, the block height, who it was mined by, size, the time, the date, the transaction count, and total fees in the block. So you can see these were relatively small ones, but look at these megabytes. There was 255.99 megabytes mined by Tau. Transaction count were 7,152. So remember, I had a block according to CoinDance that had 177,000 transactions in it, and that was the 320 megabyte block. So yeah, maybe this reorg attack, it's their last hurrah, it's their last chance to take down Bitcoin before it absolutely rockets. So they have thrown everything at this reorg attack. It's still not going to work. It's still not going to work, but we're going to learn from this. This is the biggest attack that Bitcoin has ever faced. Bigger than SegWit, bigger than Bcrash and those boys trying to take over. This is a genuine attack where they're trying to halt transactions, not just simply deceive people and cause a chain split and tamper with the protocol. But yeah, stay tuned, peeps. We shall find it all out. And let's have a look at charts quickly. Any movers and shakers while we're on the chart show? May as well check it out. No, that's all right. Always worth checking though. Alrighty, and here we go. So for any newbies watching the show, this is a question I often put to people. Do you honestly think that the size of the network was meant to service 7 transactions per second? So we're just going to let Laura Shin explain the significance of the fees in the block and the block reward halving right now.
So, as you mentioned, at a certain point when the block reward stops, there will be a transition where miners will be compensated in transaction fees, not in the block reward. And the current amount that they earn is from fees is about 9% of the block reward. And so we'd have to see transaction fees 11x by roughly 2140, which is when the new Bitcoins will stop being minted. But I just wondered, if we don't see an increase in the amount of transactions that can happen at layer 1, because the number of layer 1 transactions is limited. And right now I feel like a lot of the scaling is focusing on layer 2. Can transaction fees 11x in that time, or will that require people to pay a lot more per transaction?
Over the next couple halving cycles, we should see it start to predominantly be the value that is compensated to the miners in the block reward. If Bitcoin is the world reserve currency that doesn't have a strong security model, like there's not a lot of monetary compensation in the block reward due to transaction fees, well, then its long-term security will be weak. If it is the world reserve currency, there will be very, very many layer 1 transaction fees.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you think it is possible that the amount in transaction fees will maybe not be enough on layer 1 to replace the block reward when the time comes.
Absolutely, there won't be enough to replace the block reward when the time comes, because they've been purposely restricted to 1 megabyte that can only handle maybe 4 to 7 transactions per second if all the stars in the universe align. Do you honestly think that 7 transactions per second was meant to service all of this lot and economically sustain it? Look at the size of some of these things. Look at the size of that, as my girlfriend said to me once. Look at this. Look at this. Whoa. I mean, these things are huge. 7 transactions a second and 1 megabyte is an absolute joke. An absolute joke. Especially when you think about, microchips and data storage these days. 1 megabyte worth of data. What a joke. And let's have a look at BitInfo charts. So I'm going to choose a really good clickbait thumbnail for this show. So we are going to go over these videos here. So we've got Bitcoin with 12.5% of the overall transactions on the CMC, but XRP and Ethereum are absolutely and utterly fundamentally worthless. And we'll just let David Schwartz, the Chief Technical Officer at Ripple Labs, explain in his own words why XRP is absolutely and utterly fundamentally worthless.
The XRP is a digital asset. It's censorship resistant. It's publicly traded. It trades on the XRP ledger. Ripple does not own or control the XRP ledger in any way.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
So how did Ripple then get all the XRP that it has? It has about half the supply. So just how did that particular transaction happen?
Good question. How did Ripple end up with half the supply of XRP?
So the way its design works is when the ledger first began operation, the 100 billion XRP, all that will ever exist, were sort of up for grabs.
And remind me to go and have a look up the economic theory of being up for grabs.
And lots of people grabbed XRP out of that system, but it just so happens that obviously, just like early miners mined, huge amounts of Bitcoin before the public knew about it or was using it, early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP. And so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
One more time, David.
The people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
Yeah, because they grabbed it. And XRP, knowing that they knew it couldn't scale.
It scalable. It scales somewhat. Initial plans or initial thinking. We knew it wasn't going to be scalable for sure.
Fail. Let's have a look at the transactions. 24 hours. Over 3 months, we'll put XRP in there just for lols. There we go. And expand that. Come on, here we go. Where is Bitcoin? 442,804 transactions in a 24-hour period. Amazing. Oh no, it's just gone down a little bit. That'll be because of the reorg attack. Interesting. Lovely jubbly. That'll be shooting up very soon because of the reorg attack and the transactions now being processed. A huge amount of volume of transactions being processed very soon. And let's have a look at BSV data. Let's look at the protocols. Here we go. So we've got the Meta protocol with 1.66 gigabytes over a 24-hour period, and the Meta ID protocol with also 1.6 gigabytes of data over a 24-hour period. Absolutely massive. And applications, we'll tell you what we'll have a look at. Oh, are we going to get these figures quickly? Yay, here we go. So we'll have a look at this daily. So Crypto Fights now 414 megabytes over a 24-hour period. Peer Games 7 megabytes. Yeah, Router SV 5, Twitch 1.5, TDXP at 1.3. Very good, very good. And trends.cash. So apps ranking by money spent, TDXP in first place, followed by unknown. I wonder who that could be. Anything to do with Crypto Fights or one of these protocols coming, who knows. ReallyX down in third and fourth, and then Run Protocol in fifth. Interesting. Weebot. Ooh, that's a new one. Loving that. And then apps ranking by performed actions. So Run Protocol and Crypto Fights, I'm sure they're interlinked due to their like NFT creations and stuff. Router SV, good to see all these applications on there. This might be actually due to the reorg attack, maybe. Crypto Fights not being able to process transactions or something, who knows. Meta, but BN Protocol, good to see these other applications on there. No longer just a weather app here, McCormack. And Crypto Quants, yeah, this is all exchanges reserved, so you can see the exchanges were cashing out heavily all last year. And it was a huge amount of tether printing that was counteracting the selling by the exchanges. That caused a squeeze in the liquidity and a massive spike in the price, creating a huge bubble. It's really not looking good. Let's have a look at what is on chain. Good question. What is on chain? Estimated next block size 23.3 megabytes. Current memory pool usage 35 megabytes. This should be interesting. Let's have a look at Joho's meme pool after this reorg attack. Whoa! Look at that. Look at the state of that. Fascinating stuff. So you can see the well, obviously the reorg attack was. So I'm guessing the reorg attack was from maybe about here. Not many transactions being processed, but then all of a sudden, all of the transactions back on chain being processed. Look at the data size of that. Absolutely phenomenal. This is what Bitcoin is all about, baby. Bitcoin bouncing back. You can attack it, you cannot take it down. Absolutely phenomenal. You can take down BTC and you can take down Bcrash because the miners just simply won't mine it because there's no value in them. As shitcoiners will learn the hard way very soon. Very soon. My goodness. And you can see the effect that this has had on TX3, on Coolcoin and Ethereum. So we've got Coolcoin median fee 30 cents. Yeah, try having 30 cents per transactions on a high frequency trading platform. And we'll just have a listen to Adam Back, the CEO of Blockstream, the controllers of BTC, and his expectations of a payment network.
So, fee estimation in some cases is quite bad. If you're paying a friend, you can probably afford to wait 4 hours and not pay a priority fee.
Oh, shut up, you absolute muppet. I'm not waiting 4 hours for a transaction to be confirmed on a monetary system. Insane. And Ethereum, $1.53. How do you respond to that, Vitalik? Can you tell us?
The internet of money should not cost 5 cents a transaction. It's kind of absurd.
Yeah, really? So what's $1.53 per transaction? You absolute fool. And let's have a look at our own situation with excessive money printing. You wonder how the BSV chain was able to be attacked and reorged. Well, look at the amount of money that the deep state is printing. Absolutely ridiculous. So what do we know about excessive money printing?
Statistical analysis has found that every time an empire begins to near its own demise, you'll find that its currency will be debased.
And that is exactly what we're looking at now. So knowing that Bitcoin is the only thing that can save us, how are we feeling about it today? CoinGecko, even after this reorg attack. Ooh, 45%. Oh, please, flippant. This reorg attack should actually show you and prove how. If you understand the fundamentals of Bitcoin, you know that the reorg attack is going to fail. So you're just going to sit back and grab some popcorn. Amazing. No point in shitting your pants. Well, unless you're going to sell it. Dirty traders, selling out. But it still hasn't really affected the price. Look, still $134. It's because everybody is in. Absolutely. Let's have a look at BitPing. So this is the Bitcoin network monitoring all of the other networks around the world because Bitcoin is the only network that is up 24/7. So it can monitor the downtime of all these other networks. Beautiful. So money flow per hour, 44 and 46 countries with nodes in at the moment. Very good. Let's have a look at the morning run. So 24-hour trade volume, 1,848. Good. Stay away from this, people. Move fast and break stuff does not mean breaking the law. And but when I say breaking the law, I mean all of these shitcoin tokens. Absolutely ridiculous. The only genuine digital commodity is Bitcoin, which is BSV, and that's had 419,208 purchases over the last 24 hours. Wow. Even with the reorg attack, that's still pretty good. I think that's maybe only down 20%. Wow. Let's have a look at the depth chart on live Coin Watch. So we've got 4.5 million asks versus 4.9 million bids. Price is on the way up. Lovely jubbly. And let's have a look at Bitcoin versus USD. Oh, obviously traveling down. Just had that reorg attack, traders selling out. Dirty traders. Let's have a look at Coolcoin versus USD. Oh, look at that. Would you believe it? Struggling to stay afloat. And that hasn't even had a reorg attack. And let's have a look at Bitcoin versus Coolcoin. Oh, look at that. The reorg attack just bringing Bitcoin down below. But we were doing really well. Look at that. So upsy downsies, if life wasn't exciting and like this, it'd be rather dull, wouldn't it? Great stuff. And let's have a look at the entire CMC, the coin market cap. Coolcoin down 2.16%, and Bitcoin, where are we now? Look at that, $134. Sea of red at the moment. But look at that. None of these other pieces of data, digital data crap, have any value. They're not securities, which is loads of people looking at these as if they're like securities, like shares in companies. They're not shares. They're just simply data. And if that data is not secure, it has no fundamental value. And none of these bits of data have any value, literally. So what we're looking at is a $1.5 trillion market, and out of the $1.5 trillion market, only the market cap of Bitcoin, which is $2.5 billion, so it doesn't even feature in here, because 1 trillion is 1,508 billion, and so the market cap of Bitcoin is only 2 billion. Really quite shocking. And market cap $7 billion, 24-hour trade volume, and remember, it's the trade volume that supports the price, and that's approximately 2%. So that's only 2% of the market cap is what sustains the market cap itself. So you only need 2% of the market to change its mind. Bearing in mind, you know, probably 3 of the largest miners probably hold more than 2% of the overall market. All it takes is for them to change their mind, and boom, BTC is gone. Good night, Vienna. See you later. See ya. Wouldn't wanna be ya. Let's have a look at YouTube. So, 614 subscribers. Come on, we're chasing the BSV channel down. Yes, indeed. Let's have a look at Streamality. I made 40 cents on yesterday's video. So Nuggets News about to get nicked. Excellent. Hope people are going to enjoy that video. I quite enjoyed making that one. 302 followers on Streamality. Thank you very much. Twitch. Still 108 earned so far. Loving that. I got a big tip yesterday from Cash to Cash. Thank you very much for that. 424 followers. Let's have a look at new subscribers over a 24-hour period according to Acorn Stack, if that's working. What's the how many hours? 15 hours ago. Good. Let's have a quick look. New users 71. Look at that. The press attention is getting attention for Bitcoin in a positive way. Excellent. And Ruth Eastman, Mama Bitcoin, how's her tweet doing this morning? 1,088. Here we go. Add another one there. 1,089. Loving that. Thank you, Twitler. Let's look at Arman Satoshi. How is he doing? Has he got 80,000 subscribers yet? 79.8 thousand. Close. Will Twitler ever let him above that magic number? I've seen him at 90,000 followers before. And Stablecoin Printer, let's see what's been going on. 12 hours ago, just printed 48 million USDC. Why not? As you do, as you can. Crazy. And then on the 1st of August, which was 3 days ago, they printed 60 billion. Absolutely crazy. But look at that. I mean, it's the amount of printing of stablecoins has gone down. Amazing. Shout out to people in the chat box. Got some new names and faces in there this morning. You've got Diddy Weldon, Seiko Kamozo, Burksker, and Roller Roz and Connor G in the house. Thank you very much. I don't answer questions on the chart show because I'm trying to keep it as quickly as possible. I do answer questions on the news roundup later on. So I hope you enjoy the show. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy giving. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamality, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.